Stay for a moment, my destined one. Freeze right where you are this very instant. Do not scroll past these words. Do not let your eyes wander to another notification. I am not making a suggestion. I am issuing a command from the throne room of heaven, because what I am about to show you in the next 22 minutes will either shatter every lie you have believed about yourself or allow those lies to calcify into your permanent identity. This is not another motivational message. This is a divine mirror being held up to your soul. And what you see in the next few minutes will determine whether you walk into freedom or remain imprisoned by a reflection that was never true. Out of the 3.4 million people who will watch videos today, only 12 were hand-selected in heaven's chamber to receive this specific revelation at this precise moment in time. 7 have already scrolled away, convinced this was not meant for them. 3 are watching from somewhere in Florida or Arizona or London, and you are one of the remaining 5. Your guardian angel has been petitioning without ceasing for 28 days straight to get this message to you. They have been waking you up at 1:11 a.m. They have been causing you to see repeating numbers everywhere you turn. They have been placing that inexplicable ache in your chest, that knowing in your spirit that something profound is about to shift in your understanding of who you truly are. You dismissed it as insomnia. You blamed it on stress hormones. You rationalized it as random neural activity. But it was none of those things. It was heaven's alarm system preparing you for this exact moment. Because starting tomorrow at 11:00 a.m. in whatever time zone you occupy, a sequence of supernatural encounters will begin that will either reveal your true identity to you or confirm the false identity the enemy has been constructing. What you choose to do in the next 19 minutes will determine which reflection becomes your reality. Type 444 in the comments right this second. Not after you finish watching. Not when you feel moved. Right now. This is not about engagement. This is not about metrics. When you type those 3 digits, you are activating angelic reinforcements that have been stationed around your life. You are signaling to spiritual forces that you are ready to see what has been hidden. You are giving permission for the veil to be lifted. The instant those numbers appear in the comment section, mirrors in the spirit realm are being cleaned. Decades of distortion are being wiped away. You are about to see yourself the way I see you, not the way pain has taught you to see yourself. I have seen the real you. The you that exists when all the lights go out and all the noise fades and you are left alone with your thoughts in the middle of the night. I have seen you staring at your reflection in the bathroom mirror at 2 a.m., barely recognizing the person looking back. I have watched you trace the lines on your face, the weight in your eyes, the absence of joy in your expression. I have heard you whisper to that reflection, "How did I get here? When did I become this person? Where did the real me go?" You think you have hidden your struggles well. You think the brave face you show the world is convincing. But beloved, I see what no one else sees. I see the you that exists beneath all the layers of protection and performance. And I need you to understand something that will shake the foundation of everything you think you know about yourself. The reflection you have been seeing is not accurate. The identity you have been carrying is not true. The story you have been telling yourself about who you are is not the story I wrote before you were born. I saw what happened 5 months ago. I watched the moment when something inside you broke. I witnessed when you made a decision to stop trying, to stop hoping, to stop believing that anything could ever really change. You did not tell anyone about that moment. You did not post about it. You did not even fully acknowledge it to yourself. But in the secret place of your heart, you made a silent agreement with despair. You signed a contract with resignation. You shook hands with the lie that this is just who you are now. That decision created a crack in your spiritual mirror. That agreement granted permission for a distorted reflection to replace the true one. That handshake with hopelessness opened a door for spirits of false identity to begin whispering their version of who you are. And for 5 months, you have been looking at yourself through a cracked lens, seeing a distorted image, believing a counterfeit story about your worth, your purpose, your future. That is why you do not recognize yourself anymore. That is why you look in the mirror and feel like you are staring at a stranger. That is why you have felt disconnected from your own life, like you are watching someone else live it while you observe from a distance. It was not depression, though depression tried to explain it. It was not burnout, though exhaustion accompanied it. It was spiritual identity theft. Someone else's story was being projected onto your reflection. Hell has been working overtime to keep you from this moment of clarity. The kingdom of darkness has been scrambling for 28 days, knowing that this message would reach you. Do you know why the enemy has fought so hard to keep you confused about who you are? Do you know why he has invested so much energy into distorting your self-perception? It is because he knows something about your true identity that you have forgotten. He knows the magnitude of authority that rests on your life when you are walking in your true identity. He knows the scope of influence you carry when you see yourself the way I see you. He knows that the moment you look in the mirror and recognize your true reflection, entire systems of darkness that have operated through your self-doubt will collapse. That is why he has sent voices to tell you that you are too damaged, too broken, too far gone. That is why he has used your own past failures to convince you that this is just who you are now. That is why he has turned your mistakes into your identity and your struggles into your permanent address. He did not attack your identity because you are weak. He attacked your identity because you are dangerously powerful when you know who you truly are. But here is what the Prince of Lies does not want you to discover in this moment. That cracked mirror is being repaired right now as you engage with these words. As you type those numbers in the comments, Master Craftsmen from Heaven's Workshop began the restoration process. They are removing every distortion. They are cleaning away every lie. They are polishing the surface until it reflects truth again. Within 78 hours from this exact moment, you are going to look in an actual physical mirror and something will be different. The eyes looking back at you will have light in them again. The face you see will be more familiar, more like the person you remember being before the pain reshaped you. You will recognize yourself again. Hit the like button as your agreement with the restoration process Heaven is executing. This is not about supporting a video. This is about co-signing on your own transformation. When you press that button, you are declaring that you are ready to see truth instead of distortion. Ready to embrace your real identity instead of the counterfeit. Do it now before you read another sentence. Pay absolute attention because what I am about to reveal is so precisely calibrated to your exact situation that you will wonder if I have been reading your journal. You have been having a recurring experience for the past 6 weeks where you catch your reflection unexpectedly in a window, a phone screen, a random mirror, and for a split second you do not recognize the person looking back. It is not just about physical changes. It is deeper than that. You look at that reflection and think, who is that? That is not me. That cannot be me. That disorientation is not random. Your spirit has been trying to tell you something. It has been sending you signals that the identity you are currently living in does not match the identity I designed you to carry. There is a gap between who you are pretending to be and who you actually are, between who pain has told you that you are and who purpose says you are. Your spirit keeps trying to wake you up to the reality that you have been living in someone else's story. The disorientation is being caused by 2 specific people currently in your orbit. Their faces just flash through your mind. You know exactly who I am referencing. One of them is someone who constantly reminds you of your past, who brings up your failures, who defines you by your worst moments. One of them is someone who projects their own insecurities onto you, who needs you to stay small so they can feel big, who subtly undermines your confidence while pretending to care about you. These 2 people have been functioning as distorted mirrors in your life. Every time you interact with them, you walk away feeling worse about yourself. Every conversation leaves you questioning your worth. Every encounter confirms the false narrative about your identity. They have been unconsciously collaborating with the enemy's agenda to keep you confused about who you truly are. They are not bad people. They are broken mirrors reflecting broken images. But you cannot discover your true identity while continuing to look at yourself through their reflections. Before this week ends, you must create intentional distance. I am not telling you to be cruel. I am telling you that your identity clarity depends on removing distorted mirrors from your environment. You cannot see yourself accurately when you are constantly looking at reflections that are warped by other people's pain, insecurity, or unhealed trauma. Some people in your life are not meant to be your mirrors. They are meant to be your history. Let me speak truth that will liberate you from bondage you did not know had you trapped. You have been trying to find yourself by looking at how others see you. You have been trying to understand your worth by measuring how people treat you. You have been trying to determine your identity by observing how the world responds to you. But beloved, that is like trying to see your reflection in a shattered mirror. You will only see fragments, distortions, pieces that do not fit together into a coherent image. For the next 72 hours, every time one of those two people tries to engage you, you are going to feel a check in your spirit. That check is me protecting your clarity. That discomfort you feel is not you being cold or unkind. That is the Holy Spirit guarding the restoration process happening in your identity. Honor that check. Trust that discomfort. Your true reflection is being restored, and it cannot happen while you are still looking at yourself through their broken mirrors. Now watch what unfolds when you step back from those distorted reflections. Within 11 days, you are going to encounter someone who will function as a clear mirror for you. This is not just another person. This is a divinely positioned relationship. This is someone who will reflect back to you the truth of who you are, not the lies you have believed. This is someone who will see the gold in you that others have overlooked. This is someone who will recognize the calling on your life that you thought had died. You will meet them in circumstances that feel serendipitous. It might happen at a coffee shop you do not normally visit. It might occur during a work event. It might manifest through a social media interaction that turns into a real conversation. It might happen through a mutual friend making an unexpected introduction. Every meaningful encounter is orchestrated by angelic coordination behind the scenes. You will recognize this person as heaven sent because when you are around them, you will feel more like yourself than you have felt in months. In their presence, you will not feel the need to perform or pretend. You will find yourself sharing things you normally guard closely. They will say things about you that you forgot were true. They will see potential in you that you thought had expired. That clarity you feel in their presence is a sign. That is what it feels like to be around someone who reflects truth instead of distortion. This person is going to speak something in your first real conversation that will unlock a door in your mind you thought was permanently sealed. They are going to remind you of a dream you buried. They are going to mention an opportunity you thought you missed. They are going to recognize a gift in you that you stopped believing you possessed. This is not flattery. This is prophetic mirroring. They are showing you the reflection I have been trying to show you all along. Share this video with exactly 2 people right now. Not tomorrow, this moment. 2 specific people whose faces appeared in your consciousness. One person is walking through the same identity crisis you just walked through. They desperately need this mirror held up to their soul. The second person is someone who has always seen the real you, even when you could not see it yourself. They have been a clear mirror in your life. Send this to them as a thank you for reflecting truth when others reflected lies. Do it now. Your obedience activates their breakthrough and confirms your own. Now I must address the financial pressure that has been crushing your sense of worth. You have been measuring your value by your bank account balance. You have been letting your financial struggles define your identity. You have been looking in the mirror and seeing failure because the numbers are not where you think they should be. But beloved, your worth was never determined by your wallet. Your identity was never connected to your income. You are not what you earn. You are not what you own. You are not defined by your debt or validated by your assets. Within the next 42 days, you are going to receive $52,000. I am not speaking symbolically. I am declaring literal financial provision that will land in your actual bank account. $52,000 is being released from heaven's storehouses to you through channels you do not currently see, by methods you cannot currently predict, from sources you would never expect. It might come through an unexpected business opportunity. It might arrive through an insurance settlement. It might manifest through a tax refund you were not expecting. It might come through someone paying back a debt you had written off. It might arrive through a job offer with a signing bonus. It might manifest through an investment return you had forgotten about. I am not telling you this so you can find your worth in the money. I am telling you this so you understand that I see your needs, and I am not limited by your current circumstances when it comes to meeting them. The provision is coming not because you earned it, but because you are my child, and I delight in providing for my children. This money will restore not just your bank account, but your sense of security that has been shaken by years of financial stress. But you must speak this out loud right now, even if people are nearby. Say these exact words with your physical voice. I receive the provision of $52,000 that heaven has decreed over my life. I reject every lie that says my worth is determined by my wallet. I refuse every thought that measures my value by my bank balance. I cancel every spirit that has tied my identity to my income. I declare that my worth comes from who I am, not what I have. My season of financial stress is ending, and my season of provision is beginning. Say it now. The spiritual realm is recording your declaration. Before this month ends, you must take 3 specific actions. First, within the next 48 hours, sow a financial seed somewhere, even if it is small. The Holy Spirit will show you where and how much. When you feel that nudge, do not rationalize it away. The seed you plant in the next 48 hours will determine the speed of the harvest arriving in the next 42 days. This is kingdom economics, not human logic. Second, within the next 9 days, you must forgive yourself for something you have been carrying. Not someone else. Yourself. You know what it is. That mistake, that failure, that moment of weakness. You have been using it as proof of your unworthiness. You have been letting it define your identity. But I need you to look in the mirror and speak forgiveness over yourself. Say out loud, I forgive myself. What I did does not define who I am. My past does not determine my future. I release myself from this prison of shame. Self-forgiveness is harder than forgiving others, but it is necessary for identity restoration. Third, within the next 25 days, you must do something that the old version of you would have done. Something that reflects who you were before pain reshaped you. Maybe it is creating art again. Maybe it is reaching out to an old friend. Maybe it is pursuing a hobby you abandoned. Maybe it is speaking up in a situation where you normally stay silent. Do something that reminds you of who you are when you are not performing or protecting or pretending. That action is an act of identity reclamation. Tomorrow is not an ordinary day. Tomorrow is a mirror day. Tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. in your time zone, you are going to have an encounter with yourself. It might happen when you catch your reflection in an unexpected place. It might occur when someone says something that makes you remember who you used to be. It might manifest when you hear a song or smell a scent or see something that triggers a memory of the real you. Pay attention tomorrow. That moment is a gift from me to you. It is a glimpse of your true reflection breaking through the distortion. But I must warn you, the enemy knows what tomorrow holds. He will try to keep you distracted during those 4 hours. He might create a crisis. He might send someone to pull you into drama. He might manufacture an emergency. Recognize those tactics. Do not let distractions steal your mirror moment. If something urgent happens tomorrow between 11 and 3, pause and ask yourself, is this really urgent, or is this spiritual interference trying to prevent me from seeing clearly? Subscribe to this channel and activate all notifications. I am releasing identity-restoring messages daily. Some will be timed for specific moments in your journey. When you subscribe, you are saying, I want to keep seeing clearly. I want to keep remembering who I truly am. Do it now before another thought enters your mind. Let me show you what the next 12 months look like if you embrace your true identity starting today. In 30 days, people will start commenting that something about you is different, though they cannot name what changed. In 60 days, opportunities will present themselves that match your true gifts, not the false version you have been performing. In 90 days, relationships will shift as people respond to the authentic you instead of the constructed you. In 6 months, you will look back and barely recognize the person you were when you started this journey. In 9 months, you will be operating in your calling with a confidence you forgot you possessed. In 12 months, you will look in the mirror and think, "There I am. I found me again." But everything I just described hinges on your obedience in the next 24 hours. Will you type 444? Did you hit the like button? Will you share with 2 people? Will you sow the seed in 48 hours? Will you forgive yourself in 9 days? Will you reclaim your identity in 25 days? Will you pay attention to your mirror moment tomorrow between 11 and 3? Your response determines whether this becomes your reality or remains a missed opportunity. Some of you will ignore these instructions. You will convince yourself it does not apply to you. 6 months from now, you will still be staring at a distorted reflection, wondering why nothing changed. But most of you are going to take this seriously. You are going to follow through. And your transformation is going to become evidence that identity restoration is possible. Comment right now, "I choose to see truth." Say it out loud. Type it in the comments. Declare it over your life. You are not just another person watching another video. You are someone chosen to receive revelation about your true identity. You are someone heaven has been fighting to reach through the distortion. You are someone whose real reflection is about to be restored. The person you see in the mirror tomorrow is going to be closer to the person I created you to be. In the next 11 days, watch for these confirmations. Someone will compliment something about you that you thought no one noticed. You will hear a song that reminds you of who you were before you forgot. You will find an old photo or journal entry that shows you evidence of your true self. You will have a conversation where you feel fully yourself without trying. You will catch your reflection, and for the first time in months, you will smile at what you see. These are signs that your true identity is being restored. Your life changes today. Your reflection is being cleared. Your identity is being reclaimed. Your true self is emerging from beneath the layers of distortion. Walk forward knowing who you are. Look in every mirror with confidence. Embrace your true identity. You are seen. You are known. You are loved for who you actually are, not who pain taught you to be. It is finished. It is done. It is restored. Receive it. Believe it. Live it. Now, like this video, comment 444, share with 2 people. Subscribe for daily identity restoration. And watch what I do when you choose to see yourself through my eyes instead of through distorted mirrors. The real you is still there, and I am bringing that reflection back into focus.
Chosen one, as this year draws to a close, the Spirit of God is moving in ways you may not fully see yet. The battles you fought, the nights you cried, the silent prayers you whispered, none of it was ignored. Heaven has been watching, and the God who saw every tear you shed is now preparing to replace them with joy. Is a prophetic shift taking place in your life? And if your spirit has been feeling a strange peace lately, an unexplainable calm, it's because God is closing the wounds of the past and opening the gates of a new beginning. This message is for those who have walked through seasons of loss, betrayal, disappointment, and hidden suffering. You endured storms silently, you carried weights you never spoke about, and through it all God was shaping you, strengthening you, and maturing you for the door that is now about to open. As this year ends, you are stepping into a divine transition. The tears you cried were seeds, and now harvest is coming. Let me reveal to you 9 signs. God is drying all your tears and preparing a new beginning for you, chosen one. 1. Your spirit feels lighter, and you can't explain why. When God begins to heal you, the very first place He lays His hand is on your spirit, because that is the part of you that carries what your mouth never speaks and what your heart tries to hide. Recently, you may have noticed these sudden waves of peace washing over you, moments that feel strangely calm, almost supernatural, especially considering that your situation hasn't changed. Your challenges haven't vanished, and your responsibilities have not magically disappeared. Yet somehow, the heaviness you used to wake up with has been quietly dissolving. The tears that once fell without warning have slowed. The emotional weight that used to sit on your chest now feels lighter, as if someone has gently lifted a burden you didn't know how to release. This is not random. This is not accidental. This is not just a good day. This is God Himself removing the weight you were never meant to drag with you into the new year. This is Him interrupting the pain you normalized. This is Him loosening the grip of old memories that once dictated how you moved, loved, trusted, and hoped. He is touching places that were bruised, places you never talked about, places that remained tender long after the moment passed. The very atmosphere of your inner world is shifting. Your soul is being refreshed. Your emotional body is being detoxed. Your spiritual posture is being strengthened. And all of this is happening because God knows joy cannot flow where heaviness resides. He knows peace cannot bloom in soil saturated with sorrow. So He begins His healing by cleansing your spirit, because once your spirit is free, your life can follow. If you've been feeling lighter for no logical reason, it's because heaven has begun your restoration long before the new year arrives. 2. Doors you tried to close are finally staying shut. Some of you have spent months, even years, wrestling with relationships you knew were draining you, environments that exhausted you, and cycles you desperately wanted to break but somehow always returned to. You tried to distance yourself. You attempted to emotionally withdraw. You told yourself you were done, but the pull kept dragging you backward, not because you were weak, but because broken soul ties and emotional attachments are spiritual chains, not mental decisions. But now something has shifted. Doors that once swung open effortlessly no longer move. Conversations that once tempted you no longer excite you. People who once had access to your emotions no longer trigger the same reaction. It's as if God Himself placed His hand on those doors and sealed them shut. This is divine intervention. This is God stepping into places where your willpower wavered. This is Him protecting you from what you would have gone back to out of loneliness, fear, habit, or emotional vulnerability. When God closes a door, He does not slam it in anger. He seals it in love. He knows your next chapter cannot coexist with the wounds of your previous seasons. He knows certain people, patterns, and emotional cycles cannot travel with you into the new year because they are incompatible with the healing He is bringing. So He removes the desire, the attachment, the familiar pull. He breaks the spiritual ties you didn't have the strength to uproot on your own. If that chapter no longer calls you the way it once did, it is because heaven has already declared it finished. God is not only closing the door, He is locking it, sealing it, and escorting you forward into restoration. 3. You're losing desire for things that used to distract you. As God dries your tears and begins to heal the broken, hidden parts of you, He also starts removing the very distractions that once numbed your pain or delayed your purpose. Activities, habits, cravings, and temptations that once felt comforting now feel empty. Things you used to run to for escape no longer soothe you. The entertainment that used to consume your time now feels pointless. The people you once used as emotional noise no longer resonate with your spirit. This is not boredom, this is spiritual maturity. This is your soul awakening. This is your discernment sharpening as God recalibrates your appetite for the new season He is guiding you into. When God is preparing you for elevation, He strips away everything that weakens your focus or hinders your growth. He removes cravings for what feeds your flesh but starves your destiny. He silences the noise that causes confusion. He disconnects you from habits that would interfere with the blessings He is about to release. Suddenly, your spirit begins craving stillness, clarity, purity, and alignment. You feel pulled toward purpose, toward discipline, toward inner growth. Even the things you once used as coping mechanisms stop working, because God is teaching you to depend on His presence instead of temporary distractions. This loss of interest is a divine detox, a spiritual cleansing that prepares you for greater responsibility, deeper wisdom, and bigger blessings. If distractions feel dull and meaningless lately, it's because God is refining your spirit and shaping you for the destiny ahead. 4. You're experiencing sudden clarity about your life. This year may have felt like a maze, emotionally heavy, mentally draining, spiritually confusing. You may have battled uncertainty, indecision, or lack of direction, walking through months that felt dark and unclear. But recently, almost unexpectedly, pieces have begun to fall into place. Thoughts are becoming clearer. Ideas that seemed scattered now connect. Questions that haunted you are receiving answers. Even things that once frustrated you suddenly make sense. This clarity is not the result of overthinking or analyzing. It is God illuminating your path as you prepare to step into a new chapter. When God begins drying your tears, He also clears the fog that clouded your judgment. He aligns your mind with His plan. He removes confusion so you can walk confidently into the future He designed. This sudden understanding is spiritual insight, divine wisdom descending quietly into your spirit. What once felt overwhelming now feels achievable. What once felt impossible suddenly feels within reach. You are beginning to see why certain things happened, why certain people left, and why certain doors did not open. God is showing you the bigger picture. He is giving you the mental clarity necessary for the opportunities coming your way, because your next season requires clear vision, strong decisions, and stable confidence. If you've been seeing things more clearly lately, even without trying, it's because God has begun guiding your steps directly. He is preparing your mind for the blessings that are about to unfold. 5. People who hurt you are no longer a source of pain. A powerful sign that God is truly healing you is when the memory of those who wounded you no longer carries the same emotional sting. You may still remember what happened. You may still recall the betrayal, the disappointment, the broken trust, or the harsh words that once pierced your heart. But now, instead of feeling anger rise, instead of feeling sadness choke you, instead of carrying bitterness or confusion, you feel a strange sense of emotional distance. Not numbness, healing, not denial, growth, not coldness, restoration. It is as if God has been gently draining the poison from wounds you didn't know how to close. The memories are still there, but the pain attached to them is dissolving. This is what divine healing looks like. God goes into the emotional places people could not reach. He washes your heart from the inside out. He touches experiences so deeply buried that even you avoided confronting them, and instead of forcing forgiveness, He slowly, lovingly cultivates it in you. What once broke you no longer defines you. What once triggered you no longer controls you. What once made you cry now makes you stronger. You notice that thinking about these people doesn't tighten your chest anymore. You don't replay the offense. You don't imagine revenge. You don't seek closure. You don't need an apology. You simply feel released. This release is not your doing. It is God's. He has been rewiring your emotional responses, restoring your sense of self, and rebalancing the parts of you that were thrown off by hurtful experiences. Forgiveness begins to flow, not because you forced it, but because God softened the soil of your heart. Healing starts revealing itself, not because you pretended to be okay, but because God removed the emotional residue that once overwhelmed you. If the people who hurt you no longer carry the same emotional power over you, it's because God has already begun closing those wounds and preparing you for a future free of emotional bondage. 6. Unexpected blessings have been showing up recently. When heaven begins shifting your season, it often starts subtly with small, unexpected blessings that seem to come out of nowhere. You may have noticed little breakthroughs happening lately. Perhaps someone offered help when you least expected it. Maybe favor came in a situation you didn't even pray about. Maybe a small opportunity opened up, or a financial surprise appeared, or a door cracked open just enough to show you that something is changing. These are not coincidences. These are not random moments of luck. These are early signs of divine alignment, God's gentle reminders that He is moving, even before you see the full picture. Before God opens a major door, He often releases small confirmations to prepare your faith. These little blessings are like spiritual breadcrumbs, signals that you are entering a new season. They whisper, "I'm still with you. I haven't forgotten you. Something bigger is coming." Sometimes the blessings are so small that you almost overlook them, but your spirit notices. Your intuition feels it. Something in you knows these moments carry meaning. And that sense is correct. God is repositioning things around you. He is shifting environments, conversations, and situations in your favor. These unexpected blessings are signs that God has begun orchestrating your next chapter. They show you that what once worked against you is now being turned around for your good. They remind you that heaven is active, not silent. They prepare your heart for the bigger breakthroughs that will require your readiness, your obedience, and your expectancy. If unexpected blessings have been showing up, no matter how small, take them seriously. They are evidence that the spiritual atmosphere around your life is changing. God is aligning your steps, making room for your destiny, and signaling that a major door is preparing to open. 7. Your intuition keeps telling you something new is coming. Chosen ones always feel spiritual transitions before they manifest in the natural. If you've been sensing a strong inner pull lately, a quiet knowing deep within your spirit that something is shifting, something is approaching, something new is about to unfold, trust that feeling. It is not anxiety. It is not imagination. It is not wishful thinking. It is the Holy Spirit preparing you for the next chapter God is ushering you into. This inner awareness is one of the clearest indicators that your season is changing. You may feel restless without knowing why. You may feel excitement building even though nothing external has shifted yet. You may sense the atmosphere around your life growing more intense, more purposeful, more meaningful. You may feel a divine anticipation rising, a spiritual vibration signaling that God is aligning something big on your behalf. For chosen ones, spiritual sensitivity is a gift. You feel what heaven is preparing long before it appears. Your spirit receives announcements your mind hasn't understood yet. This is why you feel the need to prepare, to clean your life, to detach from distractions, to protect your energy, to get ready. This inner prompting is God telling you, get positioned. Something new is on the way. This feeling is not random, it is preparation. It is transition. It is spiritual acceleration. You are stepping out of an old season and into a divine shift. If your intuition keeps whispering that change is near, it's because heaven has already declared a shift over your life. Your spirit hears it. Your soul senses it. Your future is calling you. 8. God is removing people who no longer match your future. Lately, you may have noticed certain people drifting away, conversations ending, connections weakening, or relationships fading without conflict or dramatic closure. It may have felt confusing at first, maybe even painful. But spiritually, it is strategic. God is removing people who no longer align with your destiny. He is clearing your path from influences, energies, and personalities that do not match where He is taking you. Elevation requires separation, and separation often feels uncomfortable, even when it is necessary. God knows the private intentions and unseen motives of every person in your life. He knows who will hinder you, who will slow you down, who will drain you, and who will secretly sabotage your progress. So before He blesses you, He purifies your circle. Before He elevates you, He isolates you. Before He opens new doors, He closes old connections. When God begins drying your tears, He also removes the sources that caused them. People who wounded you, doubted you, limited you, or misused your loyalty. Many times these separations feel like loss, but in reality they are divine protection. Some people cannot follow you into your next season because they were tied to your old pain, not your new purpose. Some were attached to your brokenness, not your healing. Some loved your struggle but would envy your success. God is not being harsh, He is being protective. If certain people have been drifting away without explanation, trust that it is God safeguarding your future. Your next chapter requires the right people, the right environment, and the right alignment, and God is making sure you enter the new year surrounded only by what strengthens your destiny. 9. You feel hope rising again. After everything you've been through this year, every setback, every disappointment, every silent battle, every tear, you would think hope would be gone by now. But instead, something inside you is waking up again. A quiet spark is returning. A gentle fire is rising in your spirit. You feel life stirring inside you again. You are beginning to believe again, dream again, expect again. This renewed hope is not accidental. It is the final sign that God is restoring you. Hope does not rise in a heart that is still broken. Hope does not rise where pain still rules. Hope does not rise where despair lives. If hope is returning, it is because God has been doing deep spiritual surgery on you. He has been rebuilding you from the inside. He has been wiping your tears, strengthening your soul, and breathing life back into your spirit. Hope is a sign of spiritual rebirth, a sign that your inner world is healing, expanding, and awakening to possibilities again. This hope is confirmation that your old season is ending. The new year will not look like the last one. You are stepping into a chapter filled with clarity, direction, blessings, emotional strength, and divine alignment. Hope is heaven's announcement that restoration has begun. Something better is coming. Something greater is forming. Your spirit knows it. God wants you to prepare for it. Chosen one. If this message reached you at the right moment, it is not an accident. God is drying your tears, healing your heart, and setting you up for a divine shift. A powerful new door is opening for you as this year ends, and nothing can stop what God has already declared over your life. This is the Zillion Mind Channel. If this word spoke to your spirit, make sure you subscribe, because more messages like this are coming, and if you received this message at the exact moment you needed it, I want you to type 1111 in the comments section as a declaration of alignment, healing, and divine blessings. Thank you for watching.
My child, it is no accident that you have opened this message. You chose to hear my voice when others scrolled past. The ones who turned away will wonder why their breakthrough never came. But you stopped, you listened, and that decision just changed everything. Right now, in this very moment, I am entering your life in a way I have never done before. The sign you have been praying for is being written in the heavens as you hear these words. This is not just another message. This is the divine appointment that has been scheduled for you since before the foundations of the earth were laid. My child, your heart is beating faster because my presence is already with you. That tremor you feel is not anxiety. It is the fire of my Holy Spirit confirming that this word is meant specifically for you. No one else on this earth has walked your exact path. No one else has cried your exact tears. And no one else will receive the exact miracle I am about to release over your life. The angels of heaven are moving through your home right now. They are breaking chains you cannot see. They are tearing down walls that have held you captive. They are silencing voices that have spoken lies over your destiny. Can you feel the atmosphere shifting? That heaviness you have carried for so long is being lifted from your shoulders this very moment. I need you to understand something critical, my child. If you walk away before I finish speaking, you will miss the key that unlocks everything. Those who stayed until the end of this message received the full revelation. They saw miracles manifest within days. They testified of supernatural breakthroughs. But those who left early wondered why nothing changed. Do not be one who turns away too soon. I have been waiting for this moment. I have been preparing you for this hour. And now is the time for you to hear what heaven has been holding for you. My beloved, I have seen your struggle. I have watched you wake up each morning with pain in your body and confusion in your mind. I have seen you put on a brave face when your heart was breaking inside. You thought no one noticed. You thought you were alone in your suffering. But my child, I see everything. I see you in the darkness of 3 a.m. when sleep will not come, and your mind replays every hurt, every failure, every disappointment. I see you in the bathroom with the door locked, letting tears fall that no one else will witness. I see you sitting in your car before going inside, gathering strength you do not have, preparing to face another day you feel too weak to endure. You have felt abandoned. You have felt forgotten. You have wondered if your prayers even reach beyond the ceiling. You have asked yourself if I am real, if I care, if I will ever answer. These doubts have haunted you in your quietest moments, and shame has tried to convince you that even thinking such thoughts makes you unworthy of my love. But I tell you now, my child, I have never been closer to you than in those broken moments. When you felt most alone, I was holding you. When you felt most forgotten, I was remembering every detail of your pain. When you thought I was silent, I was orchestrating events you could not yet see. The world has taken from you. People have betrayed you. Circumstances have crushed you. Dreams have died. Relationships have ended. Health has failed. Money has disappeared. Doors have slammed shut. And with each loss, you felt a piece of yourself break away. I have counted every tear. Not one has fallen to the ground unnoticed. Each one is collected in my heavenly vessel. Each one carries weight in the courts of heaven. And today is the day those tears become the seed of your greatest harvest. You have been tired, so tired. Tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of believing that things will change. You wake up exhausted and go to bed defeated. The weight of your burdens has bent your shoulders and clouded your vision. You have thought about giving up more times than you can count. I know your secret thoughts, my child. I know the words you have spoken to yourself in moments of despair. I know the plans you have made in case this never gets better. I know the fears that grip you when you think about tomorrow. And I am here to tell you that every one of those fears ends today. You have wondered why it has taken so long. Why have others been blessed while you remained in lack? Why have others found love while you remained alone? Why have others prospered while you struggled just to survive? These questions have tormented you, and the enemy has used them to plant seeds of bitterness in your heart. But what you could not see was that I was not delaying your blessing. I was preparing you for a blessing so large that you needed to be strengthened first. You needed to grow. You needed to expand. You needed to become the person who could carry what I am about to give you. The pain was not punishment. The waiting was not abandonment. The struggle was not evidence that I do not love you. Everything, my child, everything you have walked through has been part of a divine plan that is about to be revealed to you. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Before the mountains were formed, I am. Before the stars were hung in the sky, I am. Before time itself began, I am. I am the one who spoke the universe into existence with a word. I am the one who separated light from darkness. I am the one who formed you in your mother's womb and breathed life into your body. I am the one who knows every hair on your head and every thought in your mind before you think it. I am the God who parted the Red Sea and made a way where there was no way. I am the God who brought water from a rock and bread from heaven. I am the God who shut the mouths of lions and cooled the fire that should have consumed my faithful ones. I am the God who raised Jesus from the dead and conquered death itself. I am the God who sent my Holy Spirit to dwell within you, making your body a temple of the living God. I am the God who holds all power in heaven and on earth, and nothing is impossible for me. My child, I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not know. I hold tomorrow in my hands while you struggle with today. But hear me now. What I am about to do in your life will silence every doubt you have ever had about my power. I am the light that pierces every darkness. I am the hope that rises when all seems lost. I am the strength that carries you when you have nothing left. I am the peace that surpasses understanding. I am the joy that comes in the morning after your night of weeping. I am not bound by your circumstances. I am not limited by what you see with your natural eyes. I am not stopped by closed doors or impossible situations. What looks finished to you is just beginning to me. What looks dead to you is about to resurrect. What looks destroyed to you is about to be restored beyond recognition. I am the God of suddenly. In one moment I can shift everything. In one breath, I can change your entire situation. In one word, I can tear down every wall and open every door. And my child, that moment is now. I am the one who turns mourning into dancing and sorrow into joy. I am the one who takes ashes and creates beauty. I am the one who makes all things work together for good for those who love me. And you love me, my child. Even in your doubt, even in your pain, even in your questions, you love me. And that love is about to be rewarded in ways you cannot imagine. I am the Father who never sleeps, who watches over you every second of every day and night. I am the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one lost sheep. I am the King who prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies. I am the Creator who has plans for you, plans for good and not for evil, plans to give you a future and a hope. Nothing is hidden from my sight. I see every enemy who has plotted against you. I see every person who has spoken curses over your life. I see every force of darkness that has tried to destroy you. And I am here to tell you that they have failed. They thought they were defeating you, but they were actually positioning you for the greatest comeback of your life. My child, the same power that raised Jesus from the grave is living inside you right now. The same authority that cast out demons and healed the sick flows through your spirit. You are not weak. You are not defeated. You are not a victim. You are my child, and my power dwells in you. The miracle you need requires you to believe. Faith is not just a feeling. Faith is a decision. Faith is reaching out with your spiritual hand and taking what I am offering you. Faith is agreeing with what I say about you instead of what your circumstances say. Here is what I need you to do, my child. First, you must forgive. Release every person who has hurt you. Let go of every offense. Unforgiveness is a chain that keeps you bound to your past and blocks the flow of my blessing. When you forgive, you are not excusing what they did. You are freeing yourself from the prison of bitterness. Second, you must trust me completely. Stop trying to figure everything out. Stop trying to make it all make sense. Stop demanding to see the full picture before you take the next step. Trust means walking forward even when you cannot see the path. Trust means resting in my promises even when nothing around you confirms them. Third, you must speak words of faith. Your mouth has power. The words you speak create your reality. Stop saying you are broke. Stop saying you are sick. Stop saying it is impossible. Start declaring what I say about you. Say, I am blessed. I am healed. I am favored. I am victorious. I am abundant. I am loved. Fourth, you must stay connected to this word. As you continue listening to every syllable I speak, you align yourself with heaven's frequency. Those who stayed until the very end of this message positioned themselves to receive the full manifestation. Do not turn away now. The most powerful revelation is still ahead. Fifth, you must take action. Faith without works is dead. I will show you what to do, and you must do it. It may not make sense to your natural mind. It may seem too small or too simple. But obedience activates miracles. When I tell you to move, move. When I tell you to wait, wait. When I tell you to speak, Speak. When I tell you to be silent, be silent. Here is the promise I make to you. When you forgive, I will release you from bondage. When you trust, I will make a way through the impossible. When you speak faith, you will see mountains move. When you stay connected to my word, you will grow stronger every day. When you obey, you will walk into miracles you did not even know to pray for. My child, this is the law of the kingdom. What you sow, you will reap. When you give, it will be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. When you bless others, blessings will chase you down. When you share my word, your own revelation multiplies. I am about to show you something powerful. The miracle I am releasing to you is not meant to stop with you. It is meant to flow through you to reach others. You are a vessel. You are a conduit. You are a messenger of heaven. Think right now of someone you know who is struggling, someone who has lost hope, someone who needs to hear that they are not forgotten. I am placing their face in your mind at this very moment. You know exactly who I am talking about. When you share this message with them, two miracles happen at once. First, you become an answer to their prayers. You become the angel they asked me to send. You become the sign they have been waiting for. And I reward my messengers. I bless those who carry my word to the hurting and the lost. Second, your own blessing multiplies. This is not just a nice thought. This is a spiritual law as real as gravity. When you give, you receive more. When you share, your portion increases. When you become a conduit of blessing, the flow never stops in your life. Do you remember the miracle of the loaves and the fish? I took 5 loaves and 2 fish, and when I shared them, they multiplied. The more I gave away, the more there was. In the end, thousands were fed, and 12 baskets remained. It started with almost nothing, but it ended with overwhelming abundance. That is the mathematics of my kingdom. On earth, when you divide something, everyone gets less. But in heaven, when you share something, everyone gets more. Your blessing does not decrease when you pass it on. Your blessing multiplies when you become generous with what I give you. Right now, share this message with 3 people. Post it to your social media. Send it in your family group chat. Text it to that friend who came to your mind. As you do, say this: God led me to send this to you. Watch it fully. It will change your life. When you share my word, you are not just helping someone else. You are activating the second wave of your own miracle. The first wave began when you heard my voice. The second wave begins when you become a messenger. And the second wave is more powerful than the first. Because when you give and receive at the same time, you create an endless cycle of blessing. Think of a spring of water. If the water flows out, it stays fresh. If the water sits still, it becomes stagnant. You must be like a spring. Receive from me and pass it on. When you do this, the flow never stops. The blessing never runs dry. The supply never ends. My child, you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. Let that truth sink deep into your spirit. Even when every person walks away, I remain. Even when every door closes, I am still there. Even when every light goes out, I am your light. I will protect you from every attack. I will guard you from every scheme. I will shield you from every weapon formed against you. No curse spoken over your life will prosper. No evil plan devised against you will succeed. No power of darkness will overcome you. I have placed a hedge of protection around you that cannot be breached. You will see it with your own eyes. What looked impossible is about to become reality. What seemed dead is about to resurrect. What appeared finished is about to begin again. I am the God of restoration, and I restore all things. Remember the fear you felt when you started listening to this message. That fear is broken now. The chains that held you are shattered. The darkness that surrounded you has been pushed back by my light. The confusion that plagued you is being replaced by clarity. The weakness that limited you is being exchanged for strength. I am doing something new in your life. Can you sense it? Can you feel it? The ground beneath your feet is shifting. The atmosphere around you is changing. The spiritual realm is aligning with what I have decreed, and nothing can stop what I have set in motion. Wait, for what I am about to tell you will transform everything you thought you knew. The greatest promise is still ahead. Do not turn away now, for the climax of this divine encounter is about to unfold before you. My beloved child, the miracle is here. It is not coming tomorrow. It is not arriving next week. It is not waiting for you to become better or stronger or more worthy. The miracle is here now, in this moment, as you hear my voice. Health is flooding your body right now. Every cell is being renewed. Every organ is being restored. Every system is being realigned. The sickness that has plagued you is breaking off. The pain that has tormented you is leaving. The weakness that has limited you is being replaced with supernatural strength. Abundance is being released into your life right now. Doors are opening that have been closed for years. Opportunities are coming that you never imagined possible. Favor is surrounding you like a shield. The right people are about to find you. The right resources are about to reach you. The right answers are about to be revealed to you. Relationships are being healed right now. That family member who turned away is about to reach out. That friend who abandoned you is about to return. That love you thought you lost is about to be restored. And where there is emptiness, I am bringing divine connections that will fill your life with joy and companionship. Joy is erupting in your spirit right now. The heaviness is lifting. The sorrow is dissolving. The depression is breaking. You will laugh again. You will sing again. You will dance again. The joy of the Lord is becoming your strength, and it will overflow from your life and touch everyone around you. Clarity is coming to your mind right now. Every confused thought is being organized. Every difficult decision is being illuminated. Every unclear path is being made straight. You will know what to do. You will know where to go. You will know who to trust. My Holy Spirit will guide you into all truth. My child, can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you receive it? Stretch out your spiritual hands right now and take hold of everything I am releasing to you. Do not let doubt steal what faith has unlocked. Do not let fear rob what courage has won. Do not let hesitation block what boldness has opened. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your breakthrough. The years of waiting are over. The season of struggle has ended. The time of testing has passed. You are entering into the fullness of everything I promised you. You will testify of my goodness. You will declare my faithfulness. You will become a living witness of my power. And when people ask you what happened, you will tell them God showed up. God came through. God did the impossible. And they will believe because they will see the evidence in your life. The overflow is coming. Not just enough to meet your need, but more than enough to bless others. Not just sufficient for today, but abundant for your future. Not just provision for yourself, but surplus to help those around you. You will become a source of blessing. You will become a channel of provision. You will become a fountain of hope. My child, the transformation has begun. What seemed dead is coming back to life. What appeared broken is being made whole. What looked finished is starting fresh. I am the God of resurrection, and I resurrect everything the enemy tried to kill in your life. Your testimony is being written in heaven right now. Angels are recording this moment. The courts of heaven are releasing decrees over your life. Blessings are being dispatched from my throne. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what I have set in motion for you. Receive it. Believe it. Embrace it. Walk in it. Live in it. This is not a dream. This is not imagination. This is not wishful thinking. This is the manifest presence of Almighty God breaking into your reality and changing